All sports, all plays. Yeah. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making up plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety, topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to ASAP in the morning. It is April 1st, April Fool's Day. I'm joined by Chris. Rob will be here momentarily. Chris, how you doing today, my guy?
I'm doing pretty good. Other than my back is killing me. Trying to find that good spot to sit. Sometimes you just can't find it. Oh, ready for the Final Four this weekend. Going to be a pretty good weekend of sports. The next weekend, a big UFC. So.
Oh, yes. Next week. Oh, my goodness. It's going to be phenomenal. It's definitely going to be phenomenal, bro.
And if you watch women's basketball, that Final Four is tonight, and it'll be good because I watched some of the Elite Eight, and there were some pretty good games in that.
Yep, 110%. 110%, bro. There's been a lot of good stuff going on. Freddie's in the comments saying Rams Nation. Because you want to talk about it, let's get into it. So the man, the myth, the legend himself, Bobby Wagner, he ended up signing, check me if I'm wrong, I think it was a 5-year deal with the Rams.
5-year, $50 million.
So first of all, God bless him. He has no agent. So he did that by himself. So, which I'm liking what I'm seeing. Players take the initiative themselves and being able to get the contracts they want. And hopefully this kind of, starts a new.
He got most of it guaranteed as well.
Right. Yeah. Like, listen. So it's, because I'm pulling it up right here. Like, it's up to, the normal deal is 50 million, can be worth up to 65. Right. And like, meanwhile, the incentives are like basically stuff he's been doing since he came out of the womb.
Basically just ways to give him money and still manipulate the salary cap.
Exactly. Yeah. 100%.
Which I don't know. I don't know how the hell the Rams have all this money just to keep getting all these players, man.
Listen,
I need their cap guy. Run my budget for me. Shit.
Listen, man, I've been telling people the salary cap does not exist. Life is a simulation. And listen, I don't know what it is that y'all do in LA, but give the secret to everybody else, because think about it. Everyone and their mom is getting paid in LA, and it shouldn't be working. It shouldn't be happening. Somehow it does. They let Von Miller walk away. They basically upgrade to Bobby Wagner. In my opinion, it's an upgrade. Chris,
at this point in their careers, I agree.
Right. Yes. At this point.
And they got one of the top wide receivers that was a free agent in Robinson. I
think that was a 3-year deal too. So it's like, you know what? Hey, God bless them. And then didn't they just pay Matthew Stafford too?
Yeah. One of these years it's going to have to blow up, and they're going to have to start letting a bunch of people go. And when that happens, they're going to be in trouble because they don't have no draft picks left.
Well, honestly, I think what the Rams have done is we don't care what happens in 3 years.
Yeah.
We're trying to win now. You know what I mean? Like, that's just kind of the vibe I'm getting from them, where it's like, you know what?
We're about that when we get there.
Exactly. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. When we do, it's going to be messy, sure. But we're not talking about 4 years from now. We want to focus on now. You know what I mean? So it's like,
which they've locked their quarterback in for 4 or 5 years. So they can just If they can just keep a competent defense, that they'll be competitive.
110%. 110%. And it's like, and the thing is like the way they kind of are making themselves, kind of all these contracts are up around the same time within the next, you know what I mean? Like, it's like 3-year deal, 4-year deal, 5-year deal, where it's like, it's all kind of around the same time. You know what I mean? Where like, which it could end up helping them out. But like I said, I just think, and it's kind of funny because where is it? This is basically what they're saying. F those draft picks. They don't care. They don't care about the draft picks, which again, let's be honest, when you're a championship caliber team in any sport whatsoever, you're gonna naturally say F those draft picks. You know what I mean?
Usually not gonna get a good one anyway.
Not exactly. Not only that, but you would also want to make sure that I basically get guys who I know can play now. I don't want to go get a guy who I got to wait a couple years for him to get better and be able to take off. I don't want to go draft somebody. I'd rather go get Bobby Wagner. I don't want to draft a wide receiver. I'll just get Odell or Allen Robinson. I don't, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to draft a quarterback. I'll just lock up Matthew Stafford,
That's what the Colts did when they got DeForest Buckner. They traded away that like number 23 pick or something. People were like, why would you trade a draft pick? And that's what the GM said. He goes, I know what I have in a DeForest Buckner. I don't know what I'm going to have in a number 23 pick.
Tyreek is a good route runner. April Fools. Oh man, I said April Fools.
You gonna get a whole big thing started again.
Oh my god, I'm not gonna say nothing, man. I'm not even gonna say nothing. But I will. But look, Bobby Wagner of the Rams, bro. It's woof. I thought he was gonna end up with the Ravens. I really did. Ended up somehow fitting under the cap. At this point, I'm just convinced salary cap is just another word that like
the Seahawks just throwing in the towel and rebuilding, I guess.
I don't know, man.
You got rid of Russell Wilson. Now you cut Wagner. They said it was because of salary cap. It's like you want somebody else you could get rid of beside Wagner. I mean,
watch him trade Tyler Lockett. That's what I think they're gonna trade Tyler Lockett. I really do.
Colts will take him. We need a wide receiver.
Dude, everyone will take him. Everyone, come on now, bro. Everybody will take Tyler Lockett. A guy who can actually run a route. My bad. I'm immature. And
like you were saying about the contracts in at the same time, that could help them re-sign people as well because they can restructure deals and stuff.
Because think about it, because now that they all kind of end at the same time, your whole salary cap situation, it's not gonna be extremely messy, right? Like it'll be kind of manageable, you know what I mean? Because once it starts looking like, oh man, hold on, we're getting a little, we're starting to cut it close, you look and go, oh wait, nope, we're fine. It doesn't matter because next year, this guy, this year, Allen Robinson's contract is running out. You know what I mean? And then next year, so I think that's kind of what they're trying to do. You know what I mean? But then again, at the same time, I would say that, but then salary cap doesn't exist for the it just doesn't exist for the Rams. How they did it, God bless them. God bless how they did it. But it's gonna be hilarious.
Yeah, because I just heard this morning that the Giants don't have no money left, that they're strapped on the salary cap, and the Rams are still signing people. It's like it makes no sense.
None whatsoever. It really doesn't, like, you know what I mean? And I knew the Giants were in cap hell, right? But it's like, what are you spending your money on if
they don't have enough money right now to sign a long snapper?
Like honestly, like what are y'all doing? Freddie says we're not done yet. who you gonna go get next? Like,
Which team is he talking about? Is he talking about his real favorite team, the Giants, or his new favorite team, the Rams?
I thought he was talking about the Packers. Oh, I said that out loud? Oh, we're live? Oh, my bad. My bad. The teams do multiple restructures and releases to balance the cap space. But like, honestly, for this one, this is different. Because usually you do see like the Saints, right? The Saints, what they did with Taysom Hill and like all the changing and whatnot, like that's one thing, right? The Rams just haven't needed to really do that. I mean, if I'm wrong, please, I want someone to fact check me. I need someone to fact check me. But who have they restructured? You know what I mean? Like, now again, if I'm wrong, I need somebody to tell me. But I don't think they've restructured anybody. I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Not that I can think of right off the top of my head.
Right. So it's like,
because they signed Stafford to a new deal after they traded for him.
Right. They did that with him. Then they got Vaughn. Yep. Then obviously, they let Vaughn go. Then they got
OBJ.
I mean, I guess you can say that they traded Robert Woods and that kind of helped a little bit. I guess you can say that, and on at the same time, I mean, Cooper Kupp really, you're still getting him cheap
yeah.
You're still getting him real cheap. Bless his heart.
Here in a year or two with his contract's up, he ain't gonna be cheap no more.
I mean, you know what? It probably is like 4 or 5 minor guys getting restructured. It could be a possibility that it's that. That's why I'm not saying it's out of the realm of possibility, because it could be, but it's just usually like think about it. When we're talking about the Saints, dude, anybody who restructured, we talked about it. Even it could have been like the 5th string, defensive lineman, right? And we would have heard. At the same time, though, maybe it's just the Rams are kind of jumping out ahead of it, right? I mean, they could be restructuring some of the contracts now before it gets hectic. They could be doing that now to give themselves the opportunity to do it. So they're basically trying to stop the problem before it happens, instead of being, like the Saints, who kind of was just like, oh, we got to restructure now because we have no choice. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, man.
Like I said, that their GM, whoever's their salary cap guy, he better keep a hold of him.
110%. I don't care what you need to keep him. You need to keep him. Question: have you heard about this whole Antonio Brown thing about how him being butthurt?
No, what's going on with Antonio Brown now?
So this is a beautiful 2-parter, Chris. This is a beautiful 2-parter. So he's seeing every wide receiver get paid, right? He saw Devontae Adams getting paid. He sees Tyreek Hill getting paid. He sees everyone getting paid, right? He goes, why doesn't anyone value me like that? I feel like I should be getting paid that type of money. This is also the same Antonio Brown who said he refused to get ankle surgery until he gets signed. Let me say that one more time. He wants to get paid that big money, yet the ankle that, according to him, was so bad he couldn't play, which is why he ended up doing that whole fiasco with Tampa. The injury that was so bad, Chris, he refuses to get surgery until he gets signed to a team. Oh, man. What's going on with your boy?
Man, I don't know what he's doing. This, so he wants more money when in the last 3 or 4 places he's been to hasn't ended well. I mean, you were on Tampa, a championship team, and hoping to be a championship team, but hey, they barely lost to the Rams. But And if he's out there, they might have done better. But he didn't play because of an ankle. That's why supposedly him and Arians were arguing, right?
Yep.
His ankle was too hurt to go back in the game, and Arians told him to leave. And I thought he was actually getting a little smarter because I hadn't heard nothing from him for a while. I can't believe. Yeah, that makes no. He's going to make it hard to even find a team that's going to take a chance on him.
Yeah, 100%. And here's my thing, and this is just and people are gonna say, oh, you're only saying this because you don't like Antonio Brown. Let me just get this out there. I don't hate Antonio Brown. I don't hate him, right? It's just some of the things he's done is questionable, right? At best, right? It's extremely questionable. You just came off. Now, if it's a lie, you told it. You're saying that this ankle injury was so severe and so it was so traumatic on your body that you could not play in a game. Now, if it's a lie, you told it. For you to then say, and remember, he said that he needed surgery to get it fixed. For you to then say, I want another chance, but I'm not going to get surgery to fix it until I get signed. No one's going to want you. For as great as Odell Beckham Jr. is, not a lot of teams are going to take a flyer on him this year because of the torn ACL. That's just the reality of the situation, right? When you come off of a year that you were injured, especially when it's toward the end of the year and you have not played since, teams are going to look at you like they're going to be like, I want to be able to give you the opportunity. I want to. But why am I going to pay you if you was just hurt?
And you've had the whole offseason to get surgery, and now you're saying that I need to get my ankle fixed, but I'm not going to get surgery unless I get an obligation or commitment from an NFL team?
Yeah, which is weird. Which is weird because that's something like an NFL team is not going to go, oh, yeah, sure. Okay, cool. No problem. Like,
if you had interest in playing, you'd have got your knee fixed, so you could have showed these teams that you were ready to play. Then you'd get a contract.
And that's where me personally, where I get extremely confused because again, it's like you don't want. It's just so perplexing, right? You don't want to quit. You don't want to walk away, right? Yet again, your ankle, you don't want to get the surgery for it. But then you have to get surgery. Then you couple it with the statement of, yeah, I'm not going to get surgery until a team signs me. We are in where we are right now in the NFL, especially at the wide receiver position. The amount of depth at the wide receiver position, it's deep.
They're not going to miss you, AB.
Let's be honest. Let's be honest. And again, this isn't like a whole anti-Antonio Brown thing. If he wants to come back to the league, I mean, maybe a team will give him a chance, but you'll basically want a team to sign you when you're injured.
Yeah, this isn't showing a team that you're wanting to come back to the league.
Like,
it's like doing the opposite to me.
I don't know, man.
And as big of a deal as he made that ankle at the end of the season, I would have thought he was going to go have surgery like the next day.
That's what I thought too. I thought he was going to get it immediately. And then come to find out, we're still waiting for him to get the surgery. Now I understand, some players, they don't want to go under the knife. You know what I mean? There's some NFL players who have a thing against getting surgeries, and they want to try to avoid it as much as possible, which I understand. However, you can only avoid it for so long. Someone says it's not like AB is a Hall of Fame wide receiver. This is where it gets extremely dicey. because I do like in terms of talent, he has it, right? What he did in Pittsburgh, we got to remember there was a time where there was if you ask who was the best wide receiver in the NFL, it was either Julio or Antonio Brown, right? And a lot of people picked Julio just because Julio was bigger. Like that really was the only reason. Like a lot of people were more comfortable with Julio because Julio was bigger and he was more consistent with jump balls, right? So it's kind of so it's like he does what he did in Pittsburgh, which was phenomenal, by the way. How it ended, then you go take a look at the Raiders, then Tampa. He basically was like a glorified role player. It's gonna be interesting to see how people really vote for him. If I had a vote, this might be controversial. If I had a vote, I'm giving AB. AB is in my Hall of Fame. Now that might be controversial. I know a lot of people are gonna get mad, but I just tell people when it comes to the Hall of Fame, his antics, you gotta leave that at the door. I'm not the whole helmet thing. If I'm talking about the Hall of Fame credentials and you bring up the helmet thing, I'm not listening to that because this isn't like when you're in the Hall of Fame. Again, and Chris, if I'm looking at it weird, let me know. But the Hall of Fame is not a humanitarian award. It's just when it comes to the sport of which you participate in, are you that good? And as much as people don't want to admit it because of how the latter part of his career turned out, this guy was good. This guy was good. Antonio Brown in Pittsburgh went on the greatest 8-year stretch of arguably any wide receiver. You can argue any wide receiver. So, Chris, is he a Hall of Famer to you?
I have him right at the edge, but if I had a vote, I would probably vote for him. That's how close I had him. Only thing you could say is maybe not the great longevity, but 8 years in the NFL is 8 years, and that's a long in the NFL years. That's a long time. And I mean, he was, like you said, there for a long time. It was Julio and AB, and then all of a sudden something happened, and he just started getting in more trouble, just spiraling kind of out of control.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, people
in his prime, I mean,
it was that Vontaze Burfict.
Right in the middle of his prime, it seemed like.
A lot of people say it was that Vontaze Burfict hit. That's what a lot of people believe. I personally don't believe that. I think because the signs of AB kind of thinking differently was always there.
Tomlin just done a good. I think there was a lot more going on in Pittsburgh than people know, and Tomlin just done a great job of keeping it in the house.
Yes,
until towards the end.
I believe. Yes, I think Mike Tomlin did a really when you have two combustible elements in your locker room, one being Antonio Brown, the other being Ben Roethlisberger.
Because there was a reason that Bruce Arians was totally against AB coming to Tampa, because Bruce was with them in Pittsburgh. So that's what makes me think he had some of the same stuff going on in Pittsburgh, but Tomlin just was better at managing it.
Yeah, right. So it's like, for me anyway, I just think this Antonio Brown was going to come regardless. To me, the signs were always there. And I just believe, I wholeheartedly believe that it really was just Mike Tomlin kind of keeping it together. But again, when you have two big elements, two guys with big heads like that, one being Ben Roethlisberger, the other being Antonio Brown, it's always good. They're gonna implode eventually. It's not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when, right? Like the ending that's the only way it was gonna be able to end. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, AB, live your life. You know what, AB, live your life. Live your life. I give it like 2 more weeks, and then he's gonna start saying it's like a conspiracy.
I mean, if you look at his numbers, he's a Hall of Famer.
He is. It's the only argument you can truly make is just the latter part of his career. You know what I mean?
Four-time first team All Pro, 7-time Pro Bowler, 2-time NFL receiving leader in yards, 2-time leader in receptions as well.
Mm-hmm.
He's also a touchdown leader before. Yeah.
Yep. And like I said, man,
he was part of the. I mean, I know a lot of them lists are a bunch of crap, but he was also part of the NFL 2010s All-Decade team.
Right.
I mean, if you can be on the All-Decade team, to me, you're probably a Hall of Famer.
You have to be. You have to be. You have to be.
And people forget it wasn't like he wasn't a big name coming out of college. He was a guy.
He was like a 6th, 7th round draft pick.
Yeah, because he played in the MAC. He played in the Mid American Conference. I forget what. Because he played against Ball State here in town.
Right. Yeah. He was relatively unknown when the Steelers had picked him up. You know, and hey, whoever had the
he played at Central Michigan.
Whoever had the the eye to find him, bless your heart. Bless your heart. Yeah, Central Michigan. There, yep. He went to Central Michigan. You know, and at the time, you know what I mean? Like no one really kind of like people looked at him, but they were like, eh. So for the Steelers to pick him up, and again, it ended rough, yeah. But again, when you have two guys who are just always butting heads like that, that's really the only way it could possibly end. It really
Pittsburgh seemed to do good at drafting wide receivers, though. It seems like most of the times that when they draft a receiver in the draft, they usually hit.
100%. 100%. But again, AB, live your life, bro. Live your life. Still got a few more topics to get into, but before that, let's take a quick break.
Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. 365, we're making a place. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. Sport all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports all plays. All sports all plays. We on top of our game. All sports all plays. All sports all plays.
Get ready. This summer, the Arena League Sports is on ASAP Network. Tune in live on either the Tiki Live or Roku app, as well as your smart home TV.
And we are back. Chris, we're going to go from AB to KD. KD out here chatting about, oh yeah, yo, I want both my jerseys retired. Okay, so you better retire my jersey. Same and go to stay. Should either team really retire his jersey?
Man, I don't think so. He didn't win a championship with either team. Most of the time, most of the time you win a championship, and that's how you get your number retired. Especially these days. Now, back in the 90s and stuff, like Reggie Miller, he never got a championship. But the Pacers retired his number. You don't see that as much now because
he won a ring with Golden State. Or what?
He won a ring with Golden State, yeah.
Was it 2? Yeah.
But Golden State already said they were going to retire his number.
They wanted to if he played in the new building. If he played in the new building, they would have.
Oh, you don't think they will now they didn't stay?
I don't think they were going to retire his jersey anyway. That's just me. I don't think they ever really were going to truly retire his jersey.
Did you see that? Did you watch that game last night?
The Bucks and Nets.
Yes.
That OT game. I don't like Giannis, but that dude don't miss, bro. That dude don't miss.
Man,
Shout out to him,
he
man.
surprised me on that step back. But did you think Middleton should have got thrown out of the game? And they called that an intentional
For
flagrant
me,
two.
that's one of those this is just me. It's one of those plays where, like, if you eject them, people are gonna get mad and look at it funny. If you don't eject them, people are gonna get mad and look at it funny. Like that, like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Would I have personally ejected him? No. But I understand the reasoning, which is why I'm not really mad. I understand it. Now, if I'm not throwing him out, but I understand. But for KD, maybe it's just me, right? I think the league is starting to get ridiculous with all these. Let's retire everybody's jersey. Everyone gets a goodbye video. Like, the Atlanta Hawks try to give Carmelo Anthony a video tribute, and it's like, bro, he didn't even suit up for y'all. The hell? Like, what are you doing? Do better. Should they? No. I don't think either team should. That's just me. I don't think either team should.
Oh, no, I think to get your jersey retired with the team, you should have a long tenure with that team.
Yes, 100%. I think Russ is more likely to get his jersey retired by Golden State than KD. And when it comes to, OKC, and if you talk about Golden State, Harrison Barnes has a better chance of getting his jersey retired than KD. KD was there for all but a cup of coffee. He was just there for a cup of coffee.
What was he?
You know what I mean?
3 years?
Golden State, he was there for 4, I think.
4. Okay.
I think, yeah, he was there for 4. Because he won 3. Yeah, because I think he won 3. Is it 3 or 4, something like that? I know his last year he got hurt.
If he stayed with Golden State, how do you think they won any more championships?
No. Only because I just personally believe that the injuries was fine.
I was going to say that's why I'd say no, is because of the injuries.
That's the only reason. Like, in terms of talent,
if they were healthy, yes. But I mean, hell, Klay Thompson missed basically 2 seasons.
Right. So that's why me personally,
and KD missed he missed a lot of another season.
Right. So that's kind of why I'm like, I don't think so. But okay, so Sam out here fact checking us. Thank you. This is what we need, guys like him to let us know where we're at. So it was 3 seasons in Golden State with 2 titles. All right. So the last year was the only year he didn't win a title with Golden State. Which, guess what? He's even worse still, though. 3 seasons, like, I'm putting it to you this way. If Golden State is gonna retire his jersey, then Miami Heat got retired LeBron's jersey. If that's by the way, as much as I'm a LeBron fanboy, there's no way, no how that Miami Heat should retire his jersey. Off of just 4 years, no. Cleveland, yes. I would understand Cleveland. He's the best player you've ever had. It's home. He was there. You had him for a while. Then he left, and then he came back. Not only did he win you a title, coming back 3-1, all of that, sure, I get it. You can retire it, right?
Yeah.
LA should not consider retiring LeBron's jersey. Same thing with Miami. No way. No way. Positively, no.
Lakers are in trouble.
That's just me. Maybe I'm looking at it wrong. Maybe I'm crazy, but
no, I agree. Because when I think of retiring a jersey, it's somebody that's been there for a long time and was part of that franchise. You know what I mean? It really was like Reggie. Reggie was the Indiana Pacers back in the day. You know what I mean? He was the one player the Pacers had that everybody knew.
Right.
And
Right.
it's players like that should be getting their number retired.
Right. Guys who, you know what I mean? Like, and maybe it's just me, man, but I don't understand the whole, oh yeah, 1 year, you know what I mean? You play with us for like, all but 20 minutes and we're gonna, give you flowers and applaud you and like, no, bro. Like, yeah, you're a talent, you are, let's not get it twisted, but you want your jersey retired, you're out of your mind, bro.
KD's a different dude. Did you see him last night in the after game press conference? When they were asking about the game, they just hit one more shot than we did. I don't know what you want me to fucking tell you. It's basically what he said. I'm like, damn.
He's so sensitive. He gets so sensitive every time they lose.
Man, they're just asking you a question. And it was like they were even trying to do him dirty. They wouldn't even ask them no tough questions. They were just
they really were. It wasn't like hard questions that make you go, yo, relax. It was just like, hey, bro, y'all lost. What happened? They got one more shot. And it's like, well, no, that's not pop off though. Pop off. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm out of pocket. There's no way he should get his jersey retired. That's just me. But for the Pacers, this is basically Sam is saying these are the jerseys who should be retired. Pacers, Reggie, Cavs, LeBron, Heat, Wade, Lakers, Jabbar, Johnson, Shaq, Kobe. I have no problem with this list whatsoever.
No.
I know some people will try to argue for the Lakers to do Jerry West. I know some people will try to argue that, which, I get. But other than that, I mean, they be retiring jerseys for nothing, bro. I keep telling people, one of these days, it's going to look like AAU teams where we're going to have triple-digit jersey numbers.
And did you see where Doc Rivers throwing players under the bus again?
No, my Lord. I'm so glad you said that. I'm so glad you said that, bro, because that was actually the next thing I wanted to talk to you about, right? They take a L to the Pistons, right? And one of the reporters asked them, hey, the bench, they didn't really play well. Doc Rivers stopped that narrative right there. He's like, whoa, hold on. It's not the bench's fault. Yeah. James Harden's out here throwing up hella shots, and I'm just like, wait a minute, hold on.
I think it's more. He goes, I think it was more James. I was like, oh shit.
He was like, I think it was more James. I'm like,
dude, that's what them comments was supposed to stay in your head.
Yeah, I'm like, the only thing missing is you saying that you can't win a championship with the guy. That's the only thing missing. Robert, Chicago's
What's up, Rob?
Connecticut sucks.
Matter of fact, hold on real quick. Let me be petty. Let me be petty. Real quick. Just give me 1 second.
Don't be petty pride. Come on, man. We don't need petty pride.
Damn, bro. I can't hear you down there, bro. I can't hear you down there at the 15.
Hello up there.
I can but Rob, we were just talking about Doc Rivers, right?
Okay.
Basically
talking about the statement he said about James Harden.
I want to ask you, Rob.
Okay.
Is it possible? Because at first I was like, what the hell? Like, why would you say that? But then I took a minute.
Yeah. To reevaluate.
Because I had to take a minute because I was thinking to myself, hold on. His comment, is it really that big of a deal? Or are we thinking it is because of the entire Ben Simmons situation that happened just a year ago?
Well, let's not call it a situation. Let's call it a fiasco.
You're right, a fiasco. My apologies, sir. But Rob, like, are we digging too deep, or
you know what? It's a catch-22, right? Because I can understand where people are coming from, because it's like the last person as a head coach that should be mentioning a player's name in a negative light would be Doc Rivers, right? Yep. However, what he said about James Harden was true. He wasn't saying that they lost because of James Harden. He was saying that the bench was not able to score as much due to the fact that James Harden dribble. I can respect that. So I think Doc he's treading that thin line, right? Where it's like, okay, you're making a valid point as a head coach. However, due to the fact that you are known to throw players under the bus and not take any responsibility, because you're a head coach, you allow James Harden to dribble. When you pull him out the game and you talk to him, hey, we're not gonna win this way. Did that work for you in Houston? No. But you handle family business behind the scenes. And I think Doc Rivers really needs to be careful with his words, because as we saw with the Bruce Arians situation, where a lot of people question his coaching ability, the old school way is not the way that these kids respond to, and especially not a diva like James Harden. So now I wonder, how is that going to affect James Harden play going forward?
And again, look, and this is why I actually had to take a step back, because to your point, Rob, he didn't say anything too crazy. He didn't say anything too crazy. However, he's just saying, oh yeah, he just went out there and dribbled. And it's like, okay, yeah, you're right. That's something James Harden does. If Mike D'Antoni can check him,
yeah,
I don't want to hear nothing coming out of your mouth, Doc, talking about, oh, I don't know what to do with him.
Right.
If Mike D'Antoni can look at James Harden and tell him, yo, get it together, and James Harden gets it together, you have no excuse whatsoever. That's just me. That's just me. I understand that,
if they don't win this year, you think Rivers is gone?
Oh, he's gone. He's gone. He's
gone.
I
think he has until James, because James Harden has he's got a player option that he's probably gonna pick up because it's paying him a lot. I think it's the end of next year.
Well, only reason I think he's gone this year is because if James Harden does opt in to stay in Philly, who you think Morey is going to choose? Harden or Rivers?
Oh,
and me
personally, if you're talking about if it's a situation where it's like me or him,
yeah.
If it's me or him.
Well, I don't think, and I hate to say this because I do like Doc Rivers as a coach. I think he's a passionate man and he is knowledgeable. He won the championship and he's taking teams to get close to making the dance. So I do respect Doc Rivers as a coach, but I don't think his players right now respect him. I just don't. I think the Ben Simmons situation left a bad taste in some of the teammates, mouth. And then now, with James Harden and Joel Embiid, there's no excuse. They have no excuse. You know what I mean? And I get you. He is willing to call out stars, but sometimes I think that you need to handle family business behind closed doors. Like throwing a team, because you looking at it as, okay, I'm calling you out on what you're doing, but they might be looking at it as like, so you saying I'm the reason why we losing? Why don't you do your job and coach? You get what I'm saying?
I mean, it really,
and we know today's players are divas, bro. They're divas.
Yeah,
you can't tell them what to do. I'm
making
more than you.
With today's players calling them out in the media like that's the worst thing you could do.
It is. It really is, because how you gonna tell a person that's making over $100 million due to the fact that they can dribble a ball real good? How you gonna tell me what to do? Didn't you blow 3-3-1 leads? How you gonna tell me what to do? You know what I'm saying?
Wow, that's foul. Here's the thing, like, and this is actually a very good point right here. The Sixers mortgage their future by getting James, right? Rivers can be replaced without admitting failure in acquiring Harden, which honestly, is perfect. And like, if at any point they say, because of the things that Doc Rivers has done, if they were to fire him today, nobody would say that he was done dirty or anything like that. Like, you basically have a perfect scapegoat where, like, if things don't go well, James Harden can go 1 for 20 from the field. If you go and fire Doc Rivers, you still got another year.
Exactly. Exactly. But here's the elephant in the room. Wouldn't Joel Embiid, shouldn't he step up as the MVP of this team and talk to James Harden and say, look, bro, we can't have you do that over here.
Nah.
We can't have you do that over here. He trolled Ben Simmons. Now it's time to be a star and say something, and he's not talking. I'm not saying say it in the media light, but I'm saying pull James Harden to the side and say how we played those first 5 games, that's how we need to play. That's how we need to play. You can't revert back to Houston, James Harden. Did that work for you in Houston? How did that work out?
I mean, maybe, Chris, let me know. Maybe I'm looking at it. Maybe I'm out of pocket. Maybe I'm looking at it different. Joel Embiid, should he be able to step up and say that? He should. But every single time he's needed to step up and say something, he never did it, right? The entire situation with Ben Simmons, he should have done it. He didn't do it. There have been a couple spats with Tobias Harris. He should have stepped up. He didn't do it, right? So that's 2. The whole Jimmy Butler situation, he should have stepped up. He didn't do it. So it's like, if you are relying on Joel Embiid to be a leader when he's never shown you that before, aren't you kind of like, kind of just hoping your season succeeds on like a wing and a prayer?
Yeah, and that's why I don't think the Sixers gonna go that win a championship like a lot of people thought they would this year, because you have a head coach that, I agree with Rob, I don't think the players fully respect him after the stuff that's happened. You got Embiid, who out of all them problems you mentioned, he's the only common denominator. So either he's hard to get along with. He's the only common denominator out of all that. And every time there's been a problem with somebody. So I don't look at Embiid as a great leader. He's a hell of a player. He can do everything, but I don't think I'd want him as like supposed to be the guy leading my team. I think he needs another lead. He needs another strong leader with him.
Oh, Sam, that is beautiful.
They're relying on spit and duct tape to win right now. They're
you know how, like, when you break your glasses, when you break your glasses, but you can't afford a new pair, you got to tape them.
And let me just say, this is not to say that Joel Embiid's a bum or anything,
No.
But in terms of leadership, there's been times where we've been like, oh, hold on, this is it. This is where we're gonna see him. We're gonna see him be a leader. We're gonna see it. And then it just never happens. He never becomes that leader. And it's like, in my opinion, I just think it's because he's just not a leader. He's just
a big
not
kid,
him.
man.
I think he needs to play with a veteran like LeBron or somebody like that can teach him how to be a leader.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I'll just be honest. His personality doesn't bode that of a leader. Think about it. He calls himself Joel Embiid. I'm gonna say that one more time. Let me say this shit one more time, so no one mistakes what I'm saying. He calls himself Joel Embiid.
But
name me a leader who would do that.
To that point, Shaq was the ultimate troll. But when nobody ever crossed Shaq, nobody. If Shaq say this needs to be done, it had to get done. So to that point, I believe you can have fun, but you have to know when to get serious. And I don't think
that's what I'm saying. Like
Joel Embiid. That's when you have to start reaching out for mentorship. You should reach out to a Shaq and say, man, how did you balance being, Shaq-a-Damas?
Yeah, Shaq had that switch.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because Shaq, look how him and Charles Barkley joked today. But when Charles Barkley threw that ball in his head, if he would have connected, I don't think we would see Charles Barkley on inside the NBA.
No. NBA would not exist. I don't care, yo. Shaq connects, bro, and like the future is like just like completely changed. And here's my thing. Like, I just think Joel Embiid just doesn't. I'm not gonna say he doesn't take himself serious, but it's just in terms of leadership, he takes his. Oh, by the way, I don't know if y'all saw this.
Ooh, boy, you ain't never lying.
Yo, that one was funny.
Boy,
That was.
I prayed for Brad Miller, boy. You know?
Oh, I'm not. I laughed. I'm laughing still.
I said, Lord Jesus.
I didn't even see it. I didn't even see it live, but golly, bro. When I saw it, bro. Oh, I was like, LOL. Imagine. I was like, could never be me. But here's the thing, like when you said was Shaq, right?
Yeah.
When Shaq was mad and Shaq needed to get serious, it was a switch. It was just like, boom. You know what I mean? Like, if you don't believe it, remember in the All-Star game? I think it was his first one. It was still in Orlando. Everybody in the Western Conference, David Robinson, it was led by George Malone, and they were like, yeah, let's shut this kid down.
Mm.
And all of a sudden, in the All-Star game, they were playing mad hard. Shaq was like, oh, my mama, I'm getting every single one of them back.
Yeah.
Joel Embiid doesn't do that.
Yeah.
You know what
He
I mean?
doesn't.
And I just think him taking himself serious, I think the gaps are too long.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like he'll go and he'll like, you know, he'll do his troll stuff, and then he'll try to commandeer the attention of the bench, and they're just like, yeah, okay. And I think if another reason too is combine that with the fact that up until this year he's been injury prone. Now
Yeah.
he's been pretty healthy this year. Hats off to him. That it's a great sign for his future. But prior to this, the dude, like, you got people make fun of Anthony Davis.
Oh no, man! Joel Embiid missed 4 games due to stomach complications.
Bro,
It's just
he'll eat a hamburger and inside his digestive tract. Was like, my guy, imagine he's a grown man developing colic. How? Explain. Like, you know what I mean? I got 2 kids. You know what I mean? My girl, my little girl, she's 2 now. And guess what? Done. Like, no more colic. She's chilling. Joel Embiid, a grown man, talking about. You
know what though, man? Because and that's been the only knock on Joel Embiid's game. Because nobody ever questions his game. If we're just talking about skill,
Right.
to Chris's point, Joel Embiid is honestly at the center of the position is about as good as you're gonna get, besides a Jokic, you know, and they have such a similar game. But the reason why Jokic can garnish MVP votes, why Jokic is, you know, has been an MVP, is because Jokic is a leader. You can tell that Denver team revolves around what Jokic says and what Jokic does on the court. He's taking that team to heights that I don't believe that they thought they could get, especially missing a Michael Porter Jr. or missing a Jamal Murray. But then you look at a Joel Embiid who kind of gets everything he wants. You had a Ben Simmons, you get a James Harden, and it's like, dude, how long do we have to trust the process before the process yields results?
True.
And he's probably played more games this year than he has about any other year of his career, hasn't he?
Hey, put that on a t-shirt.
I got you.
How long do we trust the process until the process starts to yield results? And that's what Joel Embiid has to look in the mirror and say, am I as good as I think I am? Because we've seen Russell Westbrook, you can be Mr. Triple-Double, you can win MVP, but does that equal winning?
I mean, to be honest.
And if you put Embiid in the situation Jokic is in this year with the injuries on that team, do you think Denver does what?
Hell no.
Does what they done this year?
Hell no. Hell no. Because Jokic does what needs to be done. Hey, you need me to lead us in assists tonight? I got you. You need me to get nasty and dominate in the paint? I got you. You need me to stretch the game out and be a knockdown shooter? I got whatever you need from Jokic. He does it.
Well, if you heard from, like, if you listen to any of these guys on TV, they're all talking about Embiid, how he had to carry the Sixers and all this. I'm like, Jokic is the guy that's carrying the team.
Yeah, he's carrying the load. And I love
if we're going to talk about carrying, if we're gonna talk about legitimate carry, what about Luka Doncic?
Oh,
like,
man,
if we're
Luka
talking about
Magic.
legitimate
That's
carry,
true. Yeah, that's true
Luka
too.
Magic, boy.
I'm talking
Man,
about.
give him a team and watch how many rings he win.
God damn, bro.
I love Luka, man. Hey, let's give a shout out to the overseas players, man. Because these guys, I mean, you look at the Giannis's, the Embiid's, the Lukas, the Jokic. I mean, no wonder America has such a hard time winning gold medal this past Olympics. It's like the world has really caught up. They have caught up. I mean, you look at what Giannis did last night. I mean, hitting that 3-point shot to take him into overtime, dominating on the offensive glass. I mean, is it safe to say Giannis is the best player in the NBA?
No.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I
think Giannis has stepped up and
I don't know. I like Jokic. I really do.
Yeah.
I think Luka. You can make the argument about Luka.
I just never seen anybody since Shaq with the force that Giannis has to know that you know what he's gonna do, and you can't stop it.
Well, no, but we've seen it though. Let's be honest. We have seen it before though. We have.
I don't know. Not with that authority. Like Giannis is borderline dominant. I'm not just talking about best player. I'm talking about dominant. Like even with the force, with the way he dunks. Because everybody says that about Shaq, right? When we talk about our top 10 or our top 5 players of all time, Shaq is never mentioned number 1. But if you ask somebody who was the most dominant player in the NBA, Shaq is that's all you're gonna hear. Shaq. Yep. I think Giannis is stepping up into that realm of dominance. Like, I have to build a wall to stop him from getting in the paint. And yet he gets to the paint. He shoots such a high field goal percentage. And now he's starting to knock down the 3. I mean, even last night you look at, he hits 2 clutch free throws. Giannis and free throws have never been synonymous with each other.
Usually the fans are counting.
I mean, you like hacker Giannis. You know what I mean?
Usually you hear the fans 15, 16, 17.
Yeah, they be counting out for him. Yeah, they counted out for him.
But he hits 2 clutch free throws to win the game. It's Giannis is dominant, man. Like I'm just looking at him last night, just bully like Claxton and he bullies centers. Look what he did to DeAndre Ayton in the finals last year. Like, he's a bully, and I'm here for it. Man, Giannis is a dog to me. And if he stretches his game out to that 3-point line and he hits that on a consistent basis, now we're talking about a creative player, bro.
It's crazy.
The NBA is live right now, baby. It's live.
It's another conversation I want to have with y'all.
Let's talk.
I want the conversation to get spicy. That's what I'm here for. I'm here for the spice.
Okay. Now you're trying to bring some riffraff on Pride,
bro. I'm trying to ruffle some feathers right now.
What Shannon Sharp say? You see you on that bull jive.
So as everything's presently constructed, Rob.
Yeah.
I want you to give me a team.
Okay.
Who, for some reason, delusional fans think that they have a chance at the title, but is the textbook definition of frauds, pretenders, and charlatans. Rob, give me one team that's a charlatan.
The Miami Heat. I know you want me to say the Bulls, but I refuse to.
No. You don't say the Bulls. Nah, that's my job. But go ahead.
I said the Miami Heat.
Miami Heat.
And you better not say the Warriors either. I swear to God.
It's funny because every time I say that, I'm Vladimir Putin. It's wild to me, bro. It's stupendous. Like when I say it, like people get butthurt. Said it before, bro. If Jimmy Butler's your best player, you're screwed. I've said this like millions of times, and no one ever wants to believe me. Chris, give me a fraud.
Just to be different, because I would have said Miami as well, but let's.
Don't you say the Warriors, Chris? Don't you do it?
No, I'm gonna say Utah. Go with the Jazz.
Oh, come on, Iverson. What you on, bro?
All right, so you say Utah. All right. So I'm actually listen, I think Golden State and the Bulls are in the same category.
Damn, you gonna attack both of my teams.
Where if you want to call them frauds, I'm willing to hear you out. But we know healthy, both teams would make a legitimate run. Let's just be honest, right?
So basically they're on the fence.
Yeah, like for me, like it's like for me, I put them both on the fence because if they go the rest of the way healthy, like they're both legitimate contenders. But that's the problem. Can they?
What did you see where they just started Lonzo Ball back on rehab? Why do you take a break on rehab and then all of a sudden you're gonna get it back? Now you're gearing it up again.
Yeah.
That tells me there's more wrong. That tells me there's more wrong with that knee than what they thought there was.
100%. I think they found something else. And Iverson, I'm going the same route with you. He says, Rob, my concern for your Warriors is Curry's expected to get reevaluated today, and he was seen in a boot still on Wednesday night.
Yeah.
Now, I think the boot is more precautionary measure. I don't think they're gonna have him come back for the rest of the regular season.
I think he's coming back for the playoffs.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like game one of the first round of the playoffs, he'll be back. But I just think they're just being conservative with him. They want to be on the safe side, and they're just, kind of trying to be nice, right? Let me see. Who do I think are frauds? All right, Miami, definition of a fraud. Milwaukee, no. Boston, no. Philly, shoot. Philly's weird, man. Philly's so weird.
Philly's almost so on the fence. I'd almost put Philly on the fence too.
Yeah, bro. Like,
yeah, you do have to put Philly in there.
Yeah, but like Philly's weird, man. Philly's weird. I'm gonna be nice and say they're not frauds. I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna be nice.
No, ain't no
Chicago,
way. Nice.
Teetering. Toronto, definitely frauds. Cavaliers, frauds. Brooklyn, God knows that's another like. You know what? Nah. I'm gonna commit. Nah. They're not frauds. Charlotte and Atlanta both.
You said Brooklyn's not
Western
fraud?
Conference. Real quick. Wait, frauds is someone who has no excuses. Bulls and Warriors have excuses, injuries, to an extent. But that's why I called them fringe.
Thank you, David. I agree with you.
I hope Chicago gets healthy just to get swept in the first round.
Well,
oh yeah, hold on. If the players start today, y'all playing Philly. But that's a sweep.
Yeah, man. We've had no answer for Joel Embiid. I can't lie. I don't say it's a sweep.
The East playoffs are basically set, aren't they? Well, it's the 10 teams. They just don't know the exact order.
Right. Yeah. Like the actual team, right? Hold on. Let me double check. Let me fact check.
I'm pretty sure that all the teams are set.
Yeah. All 10 teams are set. It's just
battling for the last seeds.
Right. It's just mostly the play-in because Brooklyn, Charlotte, and Atlanta all have the same record. So there's that, and then the 7th seed Cleveland, they're 2 games ahead of all of them. So, but they might end up being there. And then obviously you still got other teams that are banging out. But yeah, like it's the official 10 teams, but yeah, it's
and right now the Lakers aren't in the playoffs.
No, they're not. They're tied. They're right outside. It's hilarious.
Can we get love to the Eastern Conference? Do you see that everybody 1 through 10 has a winning record? When have we seen that?
Yeah, bro.
In the East, it's usually like that.
No, it's the Eastern Conference. It's the Eastern Conference.
It's the Beastern Conference this year.
No, it's the Eastern Conference. I don't know, man. I don't know. And then for the West, Phoenix Suns. They're a contender. Same thing with Memphis. Dallas, I think they're contenders. Golden State, again, that's
Dallas moved up to 3rd?
Yeah, bro, they 3rd.
Wow.
Yeah, they 3rd. Utah Jazz, definition of a fraud. Denver, fringe because of the injuries.
Yeah.
Timberwolves, frauds. Clippers, fraud. What the heck does PB mean? What is it? Peanut butter and jelly? God bless them. Lakers are 31-45.
The Lakers are in 11th place.
Imagine. Can never be me.
Kobe Bryant is rolling over in his grave right now.
Last topic I want to talk to you today. After a very slow start, Cade Cunningham has gotten it together. Has had a nice, he's ending the season on a high note. I want to start over with you, Chris. Can Cade Cunningham win Rookie of the Year?
Ooh.
Trying to think of if there's any. I'm trying to think of a rookie that's on a winning team that's having a great year.
I think he's the best rookie.
I do too. I think he's the
Yeah.
best rookie. I was just
He's
trying to
the
think
best
if there was a
rookie.
rookie that was having a comparable season that was on a winning team. So I think that'd be the only way he wouldn't get it.
Yeah.
But I understand with the Pistons having one of the worst records in the league.
So as of right now, Evan Mobley. It's basically between Evan Mobley in terms of the betting odds. It's Evan Mobley and Scotty Barnes.
Mobley's had a hell of a year, but how many games has he missed? How many games has he missed injured?
Who?
Mobley. Has he missed any time injured this year?
Yeah, he's missed a few.
But not a whole lot.
No. I don't think he missed enough for you to go, oh my God, what do you do? You know what I mean? I don't think he hasn't missed that much.
I mean, Cunningham's averaging almost 18 points a game.
For me, I don't think he's winning, but it's
Just
just
under
because
6
I just think it's because in the beginning he started rough.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, he's
Yeah,
looked a lot better here the second half of the
like-
season.
Right, like this, like right now, the stretch he's on. If he had started this earlier, I think we're having a different conversation. I just think I don't know. I just think it's I think it's just a little too late.
Because Detroit, who they just beat? Was it Brooklyn they beat the other night?
No, Philly.
Philly, yeah, it was Philly they beat the other night. Yeah, they lost
It
to
was-
Brooklyn, beat
They
Philly.
beat Philly, which already that in and of itself is super duper hilarious because we already talked about Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers sick of the games, man. I'm telling you, he's sick of it.
Coach K getting another championship on the way out.
Nah, fuck that.
Rob says yes.
I said this yesterday. At this point, I had to say no because I have to be consistent. I have to be because I've been saying that these kids are gonna choke. So I have to keep choosing against them.
I have to do the same thing because I said the same thing that they were going
Yeah.
to take under the
I
pressure.
said Duke all the way, baby.
It's not over. It's not over.
I said it on my show 2 or 3 times last week.
Yesterday, Sam was like, "Look, bro." He's like, "I want to agree with you, but yeah, no, you're by yourself." I was like, "Damn!" He set me up too, like he was gonna have my back, and I thought I had like a buddy. And then all of a sudden, he goes, "But yeah, that's not gonna happen." I was like, "Oof, oof." I was like, "He doesn't shot me."
Hey,
But,
don't
like-
think I forgot too, Pride. I'm waiting on my sawbuck.
Is that what now?
Oh yeah, I forgot. I'm in Chicago. You're not. $10. That's what we call $10 in Chicago.
Yo, double or nothing.
Yeah, I'm waiting on my paper.
Hold on, double or nothing. Double or nothing. I say Duke won't win.
Oh, double that up right now.
Right now,
That's right.
dude. I'm talking about they won't win the title. You got them going away. I say they don't win. Double or nothing, right?
I got them winning.
How do
Double or
you call $10 over there again?
A sawbuck.
Sawbuck?
Yeah.
Double
I don't know where
sawbuck.
it came. I don't know where it came from, but that's what we do. I've been saying
Nah,
this since a youngin'.
Sam. We're still friends, I was just, I had to cry a little bit because you hurt my feelings.
I'm gonna be heading up to Chicago here in a couple weeks.
Man, Chris, hit me up, man.
Good luck, man.
My
He'll
sister,
be just fine.
my
We'll go
sister,
to
li-
Wrigleyville
my
and
sister
do some
lives
bar
up there,
hopping.
so we usually try to go up there every once in a while and visit my sister and her kids.
Sam, I thought we were boys. We were mad cool yesterday. He's coming at me mad spicy. Like, what I do? Oh, man. But all jokes aside, though, I will say this. Regardless if they win or not, the fact they made the Final Four and did that whole phenomenal turnaround from the regular season, kudos to them. Even if they don't win it, they be able to hold their heads up high.
Oh, for
Like
sure.
if they lose to UNC, yeah, I'm gonna come out and troll, right? I'm gonna come out and troll.
You can't help
But
yourself.
the fact that they made the Final Four, that's something we still need to applaud them.
Yeah, because they made it farther than I thought they ever thought they
Way
were going to make it.
further, and combine them with the fact with how they looked in the regular season. Sam said this yesterday. He said yesterday that the regular season loss to UNC is basically what made Duke kind of get their act together.
Yeah.
Woke them
Which,
up, maybe.
to be honest, yeah, because ever since then,
It looked like a totally different
And this is
team.
the first time that Duke and UNC has played like in playoff, in a playoff atmosphere.
Oh, you're talking about the tourney? I think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah,
home,
I think
this
it
the first
is.
time. No, not overall. I'm talking about like in the tourney.
Yeah, so I'm saying in the
Yeah, it's
tourney,
the first
in the
time-
tournament,
yeah,
I think
first
so,
meeting
yeah.
in the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, I
Go
think
figure,
so.
right? Two of the most historic franchises in college basketball. This is the first time they meet. Happens to be Coach K last game. Like I said, I feel like Coach K went to the locker room after that UNC loss and said, look, get the pressure up off yourselves now. My legacy is already made. You cannot make my legacy. You cannot break my legacy. This is the time to build your legend. Now let's go win this tourney. Come on, Coach K.
So Sam, he said they played in the ACC tourney, but never in the NCAA. So
Got you. Okay. Thanks for that, Sam. Appreciate
yeah,
that.
so this is basically a situation where
And
Again-
they both beat each other this year.
yeah,
Yeah.
if I'm mistaken, they played twice, and like you said, they split. This is for all the marbles.
This is for the marbles, baby.
This is really it.
This
The
is a
road
heavyweight
team,
fight,
the road
baby.
team won both those games.
This really is it, bro.
It's a heavyweight fight, baby.
It really is, and like
They
I
need
said,
Michael
bro,
Buffer out there.
100%. Let's get ready to rumble. No, I want Bruce Buffer. I want to yell, it's time! I want him to scream. I want him to scream.
I'm gonna
and, like,
have it
mad
on
up.
one. I'm gonna have the Duke North Carolina game on one TV because I'll be watching WrestleMania. On the
Oh
other.
yeah, shout out. WrestleMania is this weekend again. Shout out to Taker, man. Did you see that they unveiled his new statue? Shawn Michaels and Triple H. He has a new statue now, The Undertaker.
Wow.
Oh my God. It was beautiful, bro. He almost cried. He looked like he was gonna cry. And then they had
what a pussy.
they had a little joke. So he told him, he said, like, we're all a brotherhood. That's what Taker was saying. And he told Shawn Michaels and Triple H, if you guys ever decide to put your click card down, we might have room for you over here.
It's crazy. Yesterday, I was bored yesterday. So I was like, I want to watch Brock Lesnar beat the streak. Cause like I felt so edgy. I was like, oh my God, that'd be so cool. And then like just rewatching it, it hit me in my gut, and I was like, oof. I was like, oof. I was like, why did I think this was a good idea?
And then when
I
they
almost cried.
And then when they pan the crowd, it just makes it worse because everybody's just
Right, you see,
Everyone's like that.
Like,
The black
did he
guy,
just
the
lose?
black guy with the shirt,
with the eyes,
up.
you talking about the
Yeah,
bubble?
it's like,
yeah.
brother. Me when my dad came back, when he came back for like all of 2 weeks back into my life. Like, oh yeah, by the way, I brought back the milk, and that was just me. Like,
He said,
then
I
he
bought
left
back.
well, then he left again. So I was like, and then I did the same things again because my dumbass thought, yo, what's wrong with me? I thought he was gonna stay.
It's
So
official.
it's like,
Pride
bro.
got real life issue.
now 100%. Oh, 100%. I got real life issues. No debate whatsoever.
Hey, this man just said
I'm
when he
gonna be,
finally bought back the milk.
In 2 weeks or on the 16th, I'm doing a wrestling show, and Carlito, Epico, and Primo are all going to be there.
Really? Congrats on that, Chris. That's big.
Big
You know,
fat
I spit in the face of people
who
that don't want to be cool.
Carlito. I used to
Rikishi's
love.
making an appearance at that show, but he's not going to wrestle or anything. He's just going to be there signing
Wait,
the
who's making
autographs
an
and stuff.
appearance?
Rikishi.
Oh, yeah.
God, bro.
Hey, what if Rikishi comes back and joins the bloodline?
Hey, dude, I'm staying at the same hotel as Rikishi next weekend
Hey, tell him I said what's up.
for a big benefit show for this kid that has epilepsy.
You know what, Chris? I'm gonna have to come holler at you, bro. You got some connections.
I'm working on it.
God, he does.
Trying to get some.
You look at he's trying to pretend like, oh, I ain't got nothing. I look at him. Look at him. I knew completely. Nah, I
He
can't.
was like, nah, keep
Hold
your
on.
ass in Chicago.
Hey,
Man.
we're always looking. We always want more fans.
Hey,
100%.
man, I would love to do a wrestling show with you, bro. Like when I tell you I'm like a historian of wrestling, bro. Like I said, I've been a fan of wrestling since the VHS days. Used to record them on the tape. I remember I recorded it on a Jerry Springer episode. My mom got pissed. Like, you deleted Jerry?
We'll get you on my wrestling podcast with me and my dad.
Hey, I would love to come on as a guest, bro. I would love to come on as a guest.
That joke will be lit. By the way, Cody said that he's thinking about waiving his WWE contract.
I think that's a lie. I think he's gonna be the one to fight Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
He's gonna fight.
Can I be honest with you? I'm crossing my fingers and hoping that it's Cody. But just the fact that I hear Shane McMahon is gonna be there, I just feel like we're gonna get the most WWE move ever, and then we'll be like, "Swerve, see, we got you." Right? You know what they're gonna do?
And then bring Cody Rhodes out Monday on Monday Night Raw
on
next
Monday
night.
Night Raw, and he's gonna cut a promo and say, "Yo, fuck this company." He's gonna go back to AEW, bro.
Hey, and he should come out to his old man like, wow.
No, listen. This was gonna happen. Ready? Seth Rollins is gonna be in the middle of the ring. They're gonna kill all the lights, all of it. They're gonna kill all the lights. It's gonna be like, right? It's gonna be mad dark, and all of a sudden, on the Titantron, it's gonna be like the words "I'm back," and it was like, "Oh my god, it's Cody!" It's gonna turn off, and then all of a sudden, here comes the money.
Here we go.
And then everyone's gonna start booming like crazy. You're just gonna see Shane McMahon. Just do it.
Hey, but shout out to Shane McMahon though. I actually met him because my company that I work with, we produce the Armory show in New York, which is a big art show at the Javits Center. Mm-hmm. And I met Shane, and this dude was walking outside. Nobody knew who he was. So I'm out there, on the smoke break, and I just happened to look up, and I said, "Holy shit, it's Shane McMahon!" And he turned around. We took a picture. I actually posted that on my Instagram page. This dude out there with a blazer with the Jordan 1s on, chilling. There's other people outside like, "Is he famous?" I said, "No, it's just a billionaire walking past you guys. You didn't notice."
It's like, bro, it's New York though, so it's like, that's like that just be happening. Like Shane McMahon, just like
he's a cool guy though in person. He's a cool cat.
He just be chilling. Like he just be like walking out, living his best life. And then like I remember one of my friends, he said he was in New York and he saw him. And I was like, he told me the story. I was like, "You're lucky you didn't get in trouble." He was like, I was chilling, and he was at this like little, he was at a hotel, and then right above the street from the hotel, like across the street, it was like a little breakfast joint, right? So he was eating, and he's looking out the glass window, and he was like, "I saw him walking," and I was like, "That's what's up." He was like, "I panicked." I was like, "Don't tell me that." Because when he tells me panic is some weird shit. He was like, "I just had to be sure because I didn't want to go up to a random dude and say, 'Hey, what's up, Shane?' It turns out it's just like an older, tired guy." So he's like, "I followed him for 4 blocks." I was like,
Lord Jesus.
"What?" I was like,
"Oh, Lord Jesus."
like, I would rather you just start screaming Shane McMahon in the middle of the sidewalk. He was like, "Nah, bro, I followed him." He was like,
"You just marked out. Don't follow."
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I did fan out. Like I did the shuffle. I'm like,
I promised myself if I ever saw him, I'm gonna be like, "Hey, yo, Shane."
Hey, I did the shuffle one. I was hitting it. He was busting up.
Oh God, bro, 100%. Now he told me, my boy, he was like, I followed him for 4 blocks. I was like, for 4. He was like, yeah, he was like, I was going to keep following him, but he hit the button and he turned around. I saw his face and I saw him. I was like, so what'd you do? I ran up to him. I was like, what do you mean? He was like, a dead ass full-blown sprint. I was like, how close were you from him? He was like, if I walked, I could have got to him in like 4 steps. I'm like, how you do a full-blown sprint?
You tried to Goldberg, my man.
And the thing is, he's got long strides, right? Because his legs is mad long. So I'm like, dog, it's like 1.5 steps and you're on him. How the fuck? How are you telling me it's a sprint, G?
You tried to Goldberg, my man.
Yo, he went up to me. He was like, Shade. And he was like, he said that Shade was just like mad dope. He was like, oh, hey, what's up? And then like he then said that he was just marking out so much he didn't know what to do. So he walked next to him for another 8 blocks. And he's just standing next to him. And Shane McMahon is just like chilling. Like not even saying, just like just walking, just chilling. And then after a while, he was just like, my boy was like, dog, I'm sorry. He was like, no, it's fine. He was like, honestly, to see you were the worst thing that's ever happened to me. So then my boy was like, all right, bro, bye. He turns around, just runs back to the thing. Because in all his hysteria and all his hypeness, his dumbass left his laptop and his phone at the restaurant on the table.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
So my
like, we understand it was for Shane.
Yeah, sprint back. I think it's like, what, 12, 13 blocks? I was like... Don't do drugs, kids.
But Shane good peoples though. But it's exciting weekend in sports, in sports and in sports entertainment. So I'm definitely geeked for this weekend, man. I heard you guys mention something about the Final Four. So
is there a UFC tomorrow?
Yeah,
I didn't think there was one this week. I thought it was next weekend.
Doesn't Gilbert Burns fight?
Because somebody said who's going to do better ratings tomorrow, WWE or UFC? But
WWE. I'm sorry, no offense to UFC, but it's WWE.
I know next week's the pay-per-view.
No, there's actually nothing.
Okay,
hold on.
I wouldn't try to compete with WWE this weekend as far as ratings.
Okay, I'm mad confused. When is Gilbert Burns? That's on UFC 237. Oh, this gonna be a banger. Oh, this a banger.
I think
so. There's nothing happening this weekend.
The Korean Zombie fights next weekend, right?
Yep. He fights Alexander Volkanovski next weekend. I love the Korean Zombie. He about to take a flaming hot L.
You guys doing a watch along again
for the fight? I probably am.
Okay. I'll be jumping on from a hotel, but I'll get on.
Bebe, and I'm down, bro. I'm down.
I'm about 3 hours away from my house that Saturday doing that's an independent wrestling show for that kid with epilepsy.
Ooh, lit. That'll be fun, bro.
Hey, that's nice though. That's nice that y'all doing that, man.
Yep,
that's one thing I love about wrestling is what they do for the kids.
Yeah,
like say what you want about John Cena, but him seeing the most Make-A-Wish kid,
dog.
That's legit.
I used to hate him, but now that he's not around, I've never missed the man so much before in my entire life, bro. I miss him more than I miss my own father.
I would love for him to pop back up with the Thugonomics gimmick.
That music to hit. Like, come on, John Cena music hit.
Do, 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 do.
My son, he was my son's favorite for a long time. We'd go to WWE show. My son would leave with the John Cena shirt, the wristbands, the hat.
I used to scream Cena sucks like at home.
I did too.
I used to scream it, but now it's like I'm like I miss you, Cena. And now it's like every time they do the like the Cena scene, like the Cena chants, I'm one of the kids screaming, "Let's go, Cena!" And every time someone yells Cena sucks, I tell them to shut up.
It's gonna be like when LeBron retires. That's how Skip Bayless is gonna miss him. He's gonna miss LeBron very badly.
What do you think they're going to do with Stone Cold this week?
Oh,
you think
he's going to fight.
There's end up going to be in a match on night 2.
I think he's going to fight because...
No, it's night 1.
Night 1 is he's going to be on the KO show, but I think there's going to be an altercation, and then they're going to make a match for night 2.
Well, I was watching an interview with Stone Cold, and I think he's going to fight. I think he wants to fight because he was saying that he wanted to come back for himself and that he's been training and he would, I think he looked at like Edge coming back. He looked at, other wrestlers like that making their return. And he's like, okay, maybe he looked into some surgery that we didn't know about with his neck. and looking at Daniel Bryan come back, or Bryan Danielson, as he's now known by. So
Paige is on the verge of coming back too.
Yeah, I think Stone Cold looked at that, and then you kind of look at a wrestler like The Undertaker, who, while everybody else was retiring, he was still kicking ass. You know what I mean? And shit, you even look at somebody like The Rock, even though The Rock doesn't wrestle anymore, but I think The Rock is in better shape now than he was when he was a wrestler.
And here's my thing when it comes to that. Maybe it's just me, bro. If Goldberg can come back and fuck up on his finishing move, and instead of doing a jackhammer, does like a suplex. If you can come back, come on, Stone Cold. With a broken neck, you can do something better.
A broken freaking neck.
Oh my God, Kurt Angle had ass, bro. I love.
I love Kurt Angle.
Hey, I wish Kurt Angle was in good enough shape that he could come back, but he's not.
I miss, you know who I miss bad. I miss Percocet's Kurt Angle, bro. When he was on them perks, bro. Yo, this man was.
I'm gonna break his ankle.
Yo, this man was hilarious. Yo, I remember when he first went to TNA.
He said Percocet Angle,
bro. Yo, Perk Angle was like
Perk Angle.
You mentioned Bryan Danielson.
Yeah.
Right. You remember when he got fired from WWE for choking the guy with the mic cord?
Yep, Justin Roberts.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, right before he came back, we was at an independent show just watching, me, my dad, and my son. My son was probably about 10 or 11 years old. We actually saw Bryan Danielson against Jon Moxley at this independent show the Saturday night before Danielson was making his debut back on Raw.
Oh, that's hot.
Because we were going to that independent show, and me and Dad were like, man, since they announced he's going to be at WWE, he ain't going to be here tonight. Yeah. No, he was still there at that independent show. And these dudes was out in the middle of the road in Indianapolis in the street fighting while cars are going down the road.
That's
what the whole crowd, the whole building emptied, followed him outside, and then we all just followed him right back in the building. One of the coolest shows I've ever been to, and I think it was like $10.
Hey, that's why I love that new. I love that new tag team on AEW. It's like, and to have
him and Moxley, and put William Regal with them.
Yes, sir.
Listen, and it was funny because like I was watching it with Logan and Jay and Frankie and them, and it's funny because right before he came out, Logan says something like, "Man, usually this is about the time where like a debut would happen."
Yeah,
and like not even 30 seconds later, William Regal comes out pissed as fuck, like, "Fuck Logan, man, always ruining the goddamn surprise." So he's all mad, and then he starts slapping. He slapped Bryan Danielson and Jon Moxley. And I was like, bro, that wasn't even part of the script. Like that wasn't like he wasn't supposed to do that.
They besmirched him.
I was like, he just heard you. I was like, he heard you, Logan, snitch out the plans, and he got mad, so he saw your face on them, and that's why he slapped him. He was just like,
he came out Will Smith and folks.
Whoa, what a simp! What a simp! He did all that to still not even sleep on the same floor. Get out of here. Get out of here, bro. Get out of here. My guy got all that money, still can't buy her a wig. Come on, do better.
Oh, Lord Jesus. Hey, Pride, be careful. You gonna hear bing bong.
Will Smith not beating me up. He's not beating me up, bro. Hey, I'm doing a watch along tomorrow for the NXT. If either one of you guys want to join, I can send you the link.
Oh,
Send deliver. I might
have to take you up there because Dolphy fight Rick Steiner's son, right?
Well, hold on. Dolph, not Dolphin.
Dolphy.
Don't Dolphin.
It should have been me.
Yo, he said Dolphin should have been me, Ziggler. No way. Yo, I remember like I think it was like the 8th time he said that. Somebody had hacked the WWE website, and the only thing they did was change his name on the bio thing to "it should have been me" in quotes. I've never laughed so hard in my life because I saw it all over Twitter, and I was like, "No way!" And I saw it live and in person, and I was like, "I can die happy. I can die content." Like
it's like back in the day with Raven. What about me? What about me?
Oh, I'm sorry. I think Owen Hart had the greatest one. May God rest his soul. Where I am not a nugget.
Yo, what a legend! What a legend! Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Yo, you know who low key be having me laugh sometimes? Charlotte, when like in the middle of the match, she was like, "You will never beat me, ever," and it's like, "Shorty, relax. You want to pop a blood vessel."
Oh my god!
Woosah. Oh man,
Charlotte is so confusing to me because it's like I like her, But then
then
again,
you
it's
don't.
like I don't. I'm in love with Sasha Banks. That's bae.
Bro,
And this new Nikita chick, boy. She has stole my heart.
yo, everyone is simping over her, and I'm just
I'm
like,
sorry. Have you seen her?
I have. It's
Tell
not
me,
my cup
have
of
you
tea.
seen her?
Not my cup of tea. Not my cup of tea.
Man, Nikita bad. Well, I follow on Instagram. Boy, Lord Jesus.
Now you know who a baddie. You know who a real life baddie? Vicky Guerrero. Stop playing.
Oh, shit.
Excuse me.
Be like, yeah, ma.
I
What's up?
said, excuse me.
Excuse me.
Yo.
Hey, you think Edge really hit that?
On God, he slid in one time. He had to.
One
Come
time,
on, bro.
one time.
He had to one time.
I know. We know he slid in Lita.
Oh God, yo, we almost saw that on Raw one time.
On national TV. We saw the booby slip out and everything. I was like,
No, and everything. I was like, it's crazy because her boob popped out. I was like, bro, I'm here for Edge. Like, nah, bro. Like, what are we doing here, bro?
dude, I had this conversation with my mom, and I was watching some old wrestling segments. I'm like, you used to let me watch this. Like, bra and panty matches and girl on girl action.
Hey, I have a 4-month-old grandson, and me and him watch wrestling every day that he's over here. He loves it. He sits in his chair, be throwing his arms up and down.
Oh yeah, my nephew's like that. When I sit them down and we watch wrestling together, man, it's like keeping the generation going. You got to keep the generation going, man.
Yeah.
Wrestling is awesome. I started off sitting on my granddad's lap watching it, man. That's why I'm such a Ric Flair fan.
In the old wrestling magazines.
Oh, bro, I had all of them.
That's what got me hooked. Was the old
wrestling
magazines.
I used to cut out the posters, man.
Me and Grandpa used to go to the barber shop on Saturday, get our hair cut. The barber would always give me a new wrestling magazine. I'd sit there.
Wait a minute. Whoa. Wait. Okay. Oh, scared the shit out of me.
Back then, you didn't have the internet.
That's how
you found out everything.
With the Tampa
Real
Bay
talk.
Buccaners. And then on the bottom of that thing,
You thought Julian Edelman was with the Buccaneers?
No, that's what I'm looking at right now. He had put something, but on the bottom right, he put April Fool's.
April Fool.
And I went on Twitter because I need to see this. I'm almost positive this is another.
The Bears I traded for DK Metcalf.
I'm like 97% sure that's another.
Nah. When did
See where
Jacob
I'm not believing anything.
DeGrom's going to miss his first start already.
Because I just saw something that Kyler Murray just got traded to Detroit. But that's like April Fool's right there, 110%.
Yeah, you can't believe anything you hear today.
That's what I'm saying. Like today, like I'm glad I realized today was April Fool's Day because if not, I'd have been tweaking. I would have been tweaking like a clown.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me just do DK.
I'm already just going to NFL breaking news and ain't nothing popping up.
No, we good. No, nothing. All right, we good.
Ain't nothing going on.
We good. And watch this. As soon as we end the show, turns out it was legit.
If the Bears do get a DK Metcalf, bear down, baby.
Yeah, I think you guys will be better just because you got rid of Matt Nagy finally.
Oh, I'm so happy. You know what? Because I was one of those people. I know Mike Hughes, someone listening. I was one of those people that I was blaming Trubisky. And I had to apologize because I'm like, man, maybe it was Matt Nagy.
I'm glad you apologized.
Yeah, man. Trubisky wasn't that bad. He just.
I think Trubisky could be a starter somewhere if he was given the opportunity.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
I was blaming Trubisky, so sorry, Trubisky.
I'm glad you're able to apologize. But this is
I would apologize if I'm wrong.
Good, you better. This has been ASAP in the morning. Appreciate you guys being here. It's been a blast. Rob, Chris, thank you for being here. We'll be back here on Monday, 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Central. Until then, y'all know what to do. Be safe.
We gone.
All sports, all plays. Yeah. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making a plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety, topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.